Mythical creatures in medieval literature and folklore, exploring the fascinating world of dragons, fairies, and legendary beasts. Medieval literature and folklore are rich with tales of mythical creatures that have captivated human imagination for centuries. From fire-breathing dragons to mischievous fairies and formidable legendary beasts, these mythical beings not only populate the pages of medieval manuscripts but also serve as embodiments of cultural values, fears, and aspirations of the time. Let us delve into the world of these mythical creatures, exploring their origins, roles, and meanings in medieval literature and folklore. The world of medieval mythical creatures. Medieval Europe was a world filled with mystery, magic, and the unknown. With limited scientific understanding of the natural world, people of the medieval period often relied on folklore and mythology to explain the mysteries around them. This resulted in a vivid tapestry of mythical creatures that were both feared and revered. These beings played crucial roles in storytelling, religious teachings, and cultural identity, providing moral lessons, entertainment, and explanations for natural phenomena. Among the most prominent of these creatures were dragons, fairies, and legendary beasts. Each of these mythical beings had unique characteristics and represented different aspects of medieval life and belief systems. They served as symbols of good and evil, chaos and order, fear and hope. Through their stories, we can gain insights into the minds and lives of the people who created and cherished these myths. Dragons, guardians of treasure and symbols of chaos. Origins and evolution of the dragon myth. Dragons are perhaps the most iconic mythical creatures in medieval literature. These formidable beasts, often depicted with scales, wings, and the ability to breathe fire, have their roots in various ancient mythologies, including those of Greece, Rome, and Norse culture. However, it was during the medieval period that the image of the dragon truly came into its own. In medieval literature, dragons were often associated with chaos and destruction. They were portrayed as guardians of treasure or powerful adversaries that heroes had to defeat to prove their valor. This depiction can be seen in epic tales such as Beowulf, where the dragon is a fierce and dangerous creature guarding a treasure hoard. The dragon's defeat by Beowulf symbolizes the triumph of good over evil, order over chaos. Symbolism and cultural significance. Dragons in medieval folklore often embodied the fears and anxieties of the time. They were seen as representations of the devil or as omens of disaster. In Christian iconography, dragons were frequently depicted as enemies of saints, such as Saint George, who famously slew a dragon to save a princess and a town from its terror. This story not only illustrates the battle between good and evil, but also reinforces the Christian virtue of faith overcoming malevolent forces. However, not all medieval depictions of dragons were entirely negative. In some stories, they were seen as wise and ancient creatures with knowledge of the world's secrets. In Arthurian legend, for example, Merlin the magician is associated with dragons, suggesting a connection between these mythical beasts and wisdom or hidden knowledge. Fairies, guardians of nature and tricksters of the night. Origins and characteristics of fairies. Fairies, also known as fae or fairies, are another popular group of mythical creatures in medieval folklore. Unlike dragons, fairies were often portrayed as smaller, more delicate beings, closely linked to nature and the natural world. The origins of fairy mythology can be traced back to Celtic and Norse traditions, where they were considered to be spirits of the earth, water, air, and fire. Medieval fairies were often depicted in two forms: the benevolent fairies who helped humans, and the mischievous or malevolent fairies who tricked and deceived them. This dual nature made fairies unpredictable and enigmatic characters in medieval stories. They were often associated with natural elements like flowers, trees, and streams, and were believed to inhabit fairy rings, ancient forests, or hidden glades. Roles and representations in medieval literature. Fairies in medieval literature were often seen as intermediaries between the human world and the supernatural. In tales such as Sir Orfeo, a retelling of the Greek myth of Orpheus, fairies abduct humans into their magical realm, reflecting themes of loss, longing, and the allure of the unknown. Fairies were also believed to be guardians of nature, enforcing rules that humans should not violate, such as cutting down sacred trees or disrespecting natural spaces. The ambiguous nature of fairies is further explored in texts like The Fairy Queen by Edmund Spenser, where they embody various virtues and vices. In this epic poem, fairies are both guides and deceivers, representing the complex moral landscape of the medieval period. Their portrayal reflects a society grappling with questions of morality, faith, and human nature. Legendary beasts, the chimera, the griffin, and beyond. The chimera, a symbol of chaos and fear. The chimera, a monstrous creature with the head of a lion, the body of a goat, and the tail of a serpent, is one of the many legendary beasts that populate medieval literature. Originating from Greek mythology, the chimera was adapted into medieval texts as a symbol of chaos and fear. It represented the unknown dangers lurking in the wilderness, reminding people of the unpredictability and perilous nature of the world beyond their immediate surroundings. In medieval bestiaries, compendiums of animals both real and imagined, the chimera was often depicted as a lesson in moral caution. Its monstrous form was a reminder of the consequences of sin and the dangers of straying from the righteous path. This creature embodied the fear of the unknown and the belief that the natural world was filled with signs and omens that required interpretation. The griffin, a guardian and protector. The griffin, a creature with the body of a lion and the head and wings of an eagle, was another popular mythical beast in medieval literature. Unlike the chimera, the griffin was often seen as a symbol of protection and divine power. In medieval heraldry, griffins were used to signify strength, courage, and leadership. They were believed to guard treasures and sacred places, embodying the role of a vigilant protector. Griffins were often depicted in stories as noble and majestic creatures, with a strong sense of justice and honor. Their dual nature, combining the qualities of the king of beasts, the lion, and the king of birds, the eagle, made them ideal symbols for the balance between earthly power and divine grace. This dual symbolism resonated with medieval audiences who valued the integration of earthly and spiritual concerns. The impact of mythical creatures on medieval society. Moral lessons and cultural values. Mythical creatures in medieval literature were more than just fantastical elements, they served as vessels for conveying moral lessons and cultural values. Dragons, fairies, and legendary beasts were often used to embody the virtues and vices that medieval society sought to promote or condemn. Stories of knights slaying dragons or resisting the temptations of fairies reinforced ideals of bravery, chivalry, and faith. These creatures also reflected the anxieties and fears of medieval people. Dragons represented the fear of the unknown and the chaos that lay beyond the borders of the known world. Fairies embodied the unpredictability of fate and the challenges of human morality. Legendary beasts like the chimera and the griffin provided allegories for the struggles between good and evil, order and chaos, and life and death. Religious and political influences. The depiction of mythical creatures in medieval literature was heavily influenced by religious and political contexts. Christianity played a significant role in shaping the narrative surrounding these beings. For instance, the association of dragons with the devil and fairies with paganism reflected the Church's efforts to demonize pre-Christian beliefs and practices. Similarly, political factors also influenced the portrayal of mythical creatures. During times of conflict or conquest, dragons and other fearsome beasts were often depicted as symbols of the enemy or the unknown territories that needed to be conquered. Meanwhile, noble creatures like griffins were used in heraldry to represent the virtues of ruling families and kingdoms. The enduring legacy of medieval mythical creatures. The mythical creatures of medieval literature and folklore continue to captivate modern audiences. Stories of dragons, fairies, and legendary beasts have been retold and reimagined in countless forms, from literature and art to film and popular culture. These creatures have transcended their medieval origins to become universal symbols of imagination, creativity, and the human desire to explore the unknown. The enduring appeal of these mythical beings lies in their ability to embody complex ideas and emotions in a way that is both accessible and profound. Dragons, for example, continue to represent both fear and fascination, while fairies symbolize the mysteries of nature and the unpredictability of life. Legendary beasts like the chimera and the griffin remind us of the dualities that exist within ourselves and the world around us. The fascination with the mythical. Thus, mythical creatures in medieval literature and folklore are more than mere figments of the imagination. They are reflections of the human condition and the world in which medieval people lived. Through their stories, we gain insights into the fears, hopes, and beliefs of a bygone era. Whether serving as symbols of chaos or protectors of the natural world, these creatures continue to enchant and inspire us, reminding us of the power of storytelling and the enduring allure of the unknown. In a time when science and reason were just beginning to emerge, these mythical beings provided a way for people to make sense of a mysterious and often frightening world. They remain relevant today, serving as timeless reminders of our shared humanity and the universal quest for meaning, wonder, and understanding in the face of the unknown. As we explore the world of dragons, fairies, and legendary beasts, we not only delve into the rich tapestry of medieval literature but also uncover the timeless human desire to explain, explore, and celebrate the mysteries of existence. Thanks for listening. Like and comment. And please subscribe, as that will help us get more videos out to those interested in the Middle Ages. See you next time on Medieval Chronicles 1066. Stay curious.